A bomber flew over Iran recently, and no one saw it coming. Literally. That bomber, the legendary B-2 Spirit, a flying wing built to disappear. It doesn't just drop bombs, it rewrites the rules of war. Today, we're diving into one of the most secretive, complex, and expensive aircraft ever built, the Northrop Grumman B-2. From its futuristic design to its invisible presence on radar, and even the weapons it hides in its belly, we're unpacking every stealthy detail. Stick around, because halfway through we'll revisit that recent mission over Iran and why the B-2 remains unmatched more than 3 decades after its first flight. The story of the B-2 Spirit began in the early 1980s, during the height of the Cold War. The United States wanted a bomber that could penetrate deep into Soviet territory without being detected by radar. In 1981, the Advanced Technology Bomber program was launched in total secrecy. Northrop, now known as Northrop Grumman, won the contract and began designing what would become the most iconic stealth aircraft ever built. Its flying wing shape, no tail, no fuselage, was inspired by experimental bombers from the 1940s like the YB-49. But this wasn't retro aviation. This was next-level engineering. Its shape, structure, and even the paint were all about one thing: invisibility. Engineers used radar-absorbing materials, minimized heat signatures, and even aligned the edges of the aircraft to scatter radar waves. The result? A plane that looks like a UFO and flies like a ghost. The B-2's first test flight took place on July 17, 1989, over the Mojave Desert. It was piloted by Bruce Hines and Richard Couch, who had trained extensively in simulators before ever touching the real thing. During its testing phase, the B-2 blew away expectations. It proved that a heavy bomber could be both stealthy and agile, with the ability to perform high-altitude, long-range missions while remaining practically invisible to enemy radar. Only 21 units were ever built. Each one cost roughly $2 billion. Yes, with a B. The B-2 is powered by 4 General Electric F118-G E100 engines, each producing over 19,000 pounds of thrust. What's unusual is that the engines are buried deep in the wing, with carefully designed air intakes and exhausts to minimize radar and infrared signatures. Unlike conventional bombers, the B-2 has no vertical surfaces, meaning no tail, which greatly reduces radar reflections. It flies using fly-by-wire systems that constantly adjust control surfaces to keep it stable. The result? It glides through the air almost silently, with a radar cross-section smaller than a bird. Inside the B-2, things are just as high-tech. The cockpit is fully digital, designed for a 2-person crew, a pilot and a mission commander. It features multifunction displays, GPS navigation, and a heads-up display, HUD, for flying in complete darkness or during electronic warfare. There's even a small rest area behind the cockpit with a toilet and space for sleeping, since B-2 missions can last over 40 hours. Yes, 40. That's nearly 2 full days in the air without landing. So, how exactly does it stay hidden? First, the B-2's shape is designed to deflect radar waves away from their source. Its surface is coated in special radar-absorbent material known as RAM. The aircraft's heat emissions are cooled and dispersed, making it almost invisible to infrared sensors. Even radio and electromagnetic emissions are carefully managed, The B-2 can operate in radio silence mode, avoiding detection from all angles. Its radar signature is so small, it's been described as smaller than a pigeon. That's why it can fly over enemy territory, drop its payload, and vanish, without anyone ever knowing it was there. Recently, the B-2 Spirit carried out a mission over Iran that once again proved its unmatched strategic value. The operation targeted a fortified facility believed to be involved in missile development. While the B-2 flew the strike route undetected, it wasn't flying entirely alone. Although the Pentagon has not released full details, it is likely the aircraft was escorted by a combination of 4th and 5th generation fighter jets, most probably F-16s and F-35s, providing air cover and electronic support. This coordinated force likely suppressed enemy defenses and cleared the airspace, allowing the B-2 to penetrate deep into Iranian territory, deliver precision-guided munitions, and vanish without triggering a single radar alert. A surgical strike executed in total silence. And since we've talked about that mission, and how successful it was, it's only fair we now talk about the Spirit's destructive power. Let's take a look at its deadly arsenal. The B-2 doesn't hang weapons on its wings. Instead, it carries everything internally, hidden inside 2 bomb bays that keep its stealth profile intact. With a maximum payload of 40,000 pounds, it can be configured for both nuclear and conventional warfare, and what it can carry is terrifyingly effective. Let's walk through its deadliest options. First, the B-61 nuclear bomb. This is a tactical and strategic nuclear weapon, lightweight, compact, and terrifyingly precise. Weighing around 800 pounds, the B-61 can be deployed with variable explosive yields, ranging from 300 tons to a staggering 340 kilotons. It's designed for low-collateral, precision nuclear strikes, capable of hitting specific buildings or underground targets with minimal fallout. Modernized versions like the B-61-12 even include tail kits that turn them into guided munitions. It's a nuclear scalpel, not a sledgehammer. Then there's the B-83. This one is the hammer. At nearly 2,400 pounds, it's the most powerful nuclear weapon in the US active stockpile. With a maximum yield of 1.2 megatons, the B-83 is designed for full-scale strategic devastation. If the B-61 is surgical, the B-83 is blunt force trauma, aimed at large military complexes, hardened facilities, and even entire cities in a worst-case scenario. Moving to conventional weapons, we have the GBU-31 JDAM. This is a 2,000-pound smart bomb equipped with a GPS guidance kit. It's made to take out heavily fortified fixed targets. Think enemy airstrips, bunkers, command posts, and fuel depots. Once released, it guides itself precisely to the target, regardless of weather conditions. The B-2 can carry up to 16 of these in one mission, making it a precision powerhouse. Then we have the GBU-38. It's essentially a smaller version of the GBU-31. Weighing 500 pounds, it delivers high precision with less destructive force. Perfect for urban warfare, the GBU-38 is used when you want to take out a specific building or vehicle without leveling the entire neighborhood. It's the weapon of choice when the mission demands control, accuracy, and discretion. And finally, there's the monster, the GBU-57, the Massive Ordnance Penetrator, or MOP. This is not your average bomb. The MOP weighs over 30,000 pounds and was built for one purpose: to destroy deeply buried targets. The GBU-57 penetrates through concrete, rock and earth, sometimes over 60 meters deep, before detonating. Its main targets? Underground missile silos, nuclear facilities, and bunkers built under mountains. If you've got something hidden that you never want found, the MOP is the weapon that can reach it, and the B-2 is the only aircraft in the world that can carry it. So whether it's a nuclear payload or a precision-guided bunker buster, the B-2 Spirit is built to deliver the exact right strike in the exact right place at the exact right moment, and leave the enemy wondering if it was ever there at all. The B-2 Spirit is more than just a bomber. It's a symbol of American air superiority, technological innovation, and the ability to strike anywhere, anytime, without warning. Even decades after its debut, no other country has fully replicated its capabilities. And with upgrades in progress, the B-2 is set to stay operational well into the 2040s. It's the reason enemies build radar systems and still sleep with one eye open. If you found this video as mind-blowing as the B-2 itself, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive like this one. And hey, there's another stealthy story waiting for you right here on the screen. Go check it out, and I'll see you there.